All right guys, so I think it's now time to put the engine back in. So I got all the wiring buttoned up, I got the starter on, I got the alternator and everything all wired up. I got it somewhat aligned. I'm gonna just go slowly and take my time, be careful, and hopefully I can, you know, get everything to line up where it should. And it's in. We finished tightening up the bolts. Originally I almost forgot to put that mount in, but that's all right, we got that in there now. The turbo is quite honestly the closest thing that you can get to this firewall. It is extremely tight. You could probably get just a couple pieces of paper in there, but it's in. All right, so I have been kind of on and off, just messing with a couple little things here and there. The little adapter harnesses that go to the throttle body and the intake. And I just wanted to say something. Don't cut those radiator hoses. You will have the most miserable freaking time of your life. I was just fighting with that for a couple hours. Not my idea of fun. So now everything is pretty much ready. I'm gonna put the new AC gaskets on that, and on the other one that's over there. And then what I'm going to start doing is prepping the dual pass end plate and the radiator over there for the new silicone hoses. The upper and lower radiator hoses are also going to get put on, and then probably the down pipe is what I'll do after that. And then fuse box subframe is painted over there, thanks to Brian. Thank you, Brian, again. I really owe you. And I mean, we're getting pretty close to being able to put some gas in this thing and fire it up. I still got to do the rack spacers and stuff. That will be when I do the rack. I got to do the steering shaft and the shifter cables. I'm actually probably going to put the shifter cables in right now. But just as a quick note, the black one goes on top, the white one goes on the bottom, just in case you were wondering. So that way you don't mess it up and possibly, you know, get the wrong gear on your transmission. So I'm gonna do that and start moving stuff around, and I will get back to you in a couple minutes. All right, so hopefully we're ready for a little test fire up. I did disconnect the fuel pump relay just so that way I can get some oil up in the you know, the lifters and the cams and all that first, and then I'll put it in. We just put some gas in it. There's Dad.
What's up?
And we're gonna try to get it started here in a second. All right, time for the first startup. Let's see if it runs. Hey guys, so in the last episode you did see I got the car running. We ran into some issues where I need to get the car ready very quickly to just be a roller. So this is what step we're at now, because I needed to do that. I didn't really have time to film or anything like that. So it's back together with the coilovers. Now this is just temporary. I got a big brake kit, but my dad needs to do a job here, so now we're gonna put the radiator in. Everything's buttoned up over here, and hopefully with the radiator we can finally get the car up to temp and bleed out the coolant and all that other stuff and see how it works. And I did fall into an issue. My car, I guess I spoke too soon in a previous episode, but my car did in fact break off the cage that holds this bolt in. So now it's just spinning freely. So we're gonna eventually have to go in there, up in this section. I know it's really dark, but it's up in here, and there's like a little nut. We broke the cage off already, so the nut, we're just gonna have to like weld it on or something just to hold it in place. And then we can tighten that down. Obviously all the other ones went in fine. I still got to put on the front mount heat exchanger. That's why the crash bar is over there, but we don't need that for the purposes we're doing today. I'm not going to be doing any high-speed runs, so the intercooler pump I just have disconnected for right now. It goes up in here into the pump, but for this purpose I'm just trying to get the radiator in the car so that way we can start it and keep it running for a little while. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse and I'll talk to you shortly. Okay guys, so the radiator's in. We got all the hose clamps buttoned up. Everything over here looks good. Down there, there's nothing really touching the fans. So now I'm gonna go get my dad. Probably not gonna be too happy about it, but kind of need a hand here. And then we're gonna vacuum bleed the coolant system, and then hopefully get this thing up to operating temp. Okay.
So what I'm doing here is, this is called an airlift. What you do is, this is the expansion tank. You screw this in, seal it all up until it has a good. And what this does is, this uses compressed air to suck all the
air pockets out of it. And now we got 2 gallons of 50-50 mix orange that's going into this. I know it's death cool, but that's what it recommends, so that's what it's gonna get. It gets what it gets, and it doesn't throw a fit.
Okay.
I need to also get bolts to hold this thing down, because this is scratching my valve cover already. And paint with scratches isn't cool. All right. the benefits of having a compressor with good air pressure.
You can see all the hoses collapse.
Will they collapse though because they're silicone?
They might not.
Oh, I feel them.
It's gonna suck all the air out of the thing. So what you want to do is you want to get it, see over here? You want to get it around like past 20, and it has to hold the pressure.
That's negative 20, right?
Negative, yes. So
Okay.
what happens is it's a vacuum. So what happens is that the negative 20, I'm gonna lock it, and if it holds that vacuum for like a minute or so, then the system's sealed. There's no leaks in it.
There's a lot of moisture in it, huh?
Yeah, that's just the residual stuff. That's probably what's in here. Okay. That's good. So as long as it holds that pressure. Kept that other stuff. Probably still good.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it only had 2,000 miles on it, but I'd rather a new water pump, new all this other stuff. Lord knows what was in that old one. At least now I know what's in it.
It's 50-50 like it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Okay. And now, like magic.
And that thing's got a little filter on it too, huh?
Yeah.
So you drop that. That's pretty cool.
I usually do.
Stand by. I also got to fix that. That needs to go up more and adjust with that.
So, just make sure this stays submerged, and if it's gonna come out, you gotta tell me. You ready?
Yep.
What you gotta do? You're still holding pressure? Gotta just suck it right in. And when this thing comes down to zero, that means that the system's filled. And it does it on both sides of the thermostat, so that makes it better to fill up.
Yeah. I'm running low pretty quick. Is it almost a 0?
Nope. 15.
I guess it takes more coolant than what I assumed because we're almost out.
Tell me when.
Yeah, you might be out.
Okay. Come on. This is on the time lapse thing? Oh, is it? Oh. Well, as you can see, we ran out of antifreeze. So you turn it sideways, it won't go up like that. There you go. A little thirstier than what you thought.
Yeah. Maybe the system was 2.5 or something like that, or 2.6.
Okay.
Alright.
So hold on. Ready?
Yep. It's a 0?
It stopped.
Oh.
You see the...
So yeah, it was
bubble.
it was 2.2. So now,
See, and now it's the 0.
coolant is filled. Sick. So now the only part that I will need my dad for is adjusting the fuel pressure regulator. But should I start it and just let it get up to temp?
If you want, just...
Cap that.
Is that full right there? What's supposed to be?
Yeah.
I'll cap that.
And we'll have it running and idling. Alternator's charging the battery. No check engine light, which is good. Everything seems to be happy now. So now I'm gonna let that get up to temp. I'm just walking away because it's too loud. I'm gonna let it get up to temp. Once it gets up to temp, I'm gonna shut it off. I'm gonna put it on the ground and I'm gonna see if it goes in reverse, you know, forward, if it moves around this time, because last time I went to go shift it and the shift linkage actually popped out of its little holder. I guess I didn't put it down hard enough. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and have a great day. Thank you.